There was a house in the small town that had stories of many that entered and never left. A house that many avoided, that was full of abandoned furniture and strange noises. Some say there was a little girl that went in and never left. Jimmy, an 11-year-old boy, one day was told the story of the little girl from his nana. She thought the stories would scare him away from the house. She felt his curiosity would be overpowered by the fear the stories would bring to him. But she was wrong. Jimmy heard the stories, and instead of caution saw adventure. Instead of horrors saw excitement. Jimmy decided he would go visit the house alone after his nana left to take her daily nap. It was just him and his nana since his mother had died giving birth to him. He waited and went. Soon after she slept, he arrived at the house, went to the door, stopped, turned the handle, but it was locked. Jimmy was afraid, but thought the daylight outside would save him from any trouble or horror that laid within. Jimmy was wrong. Jimmy found a door on the side of the abandoned house wide open. Inside he could see the darkness that laid within the silence that accompanied its presence. The heavy air drove him in.
His heart told him go home. His curiosity, however, won.
He walked in hesitantly and could see a room in the distance with dim light coming out of it. He proceeded to the room. The walls seemed empty of anything but the whiteness that seemed war but stuck in time. He could hear the wood floor creaking after each step. The closer he got to the room, the more he wanted to turn back. The more he knew he should turn and run back home. But every step pushed him closer until he got to the room, only to discover a room stuck in time with an old computer. A computer. To his surprise, that was on. He heard a noise. It was the voice of a woman calling his name. Jimmy, the voice said, coming from the computer. It's your mom, Jimmy. Jimmy, scared, but with the pain of not having his mom, decided to get close to the computer.
Run, Jimmy. Run, he's coming for you.
Jimmy ran back towards to the door. He entered with fear crippling his every step, only to discover the door was closed and locked. He turned and ran. He could hear steps behind him, and a heavy noise following it. He reached steps and ran down them, almost falling, and then he stopped when he saw a figure in the distance, standing in front of the entrance door. That looked like a little girl at first, but that he soon realized was larger than him in the distance. It looked like it was getting closer. Fear locked his feet still. The figure was coming closer to him, and he knew he had to do something. He turned fast towards the other way, his heart beating out of his chest, his face pale and white.